Hello everyone, welcome you all to the Sri Lanka Spotlight hosted by Technobase. This is one of the events under the Technobase virtual events. You can always find more information about the various virtual events at our website virtualevents.technobase.org. Just to give you some idea about Technobase. Technobase is an international resource center for industries and technologies with the services of professional education and various business services, including the exhibitions, training, conferences, virtual events like this today. And established in 2005, and you can always get more information on Technobase activities at technobase.org. Let's talk a little bit about the Sri Lanka Spotlight. What is the objective of this one? Basically, it's promoting and disseminating the Sri Lanka expertise and innovations, research developments to the local as well as the global community. That is an ultimate objective of this Sri Lanka Spotlight. I welcome you all to this session today. And various contents of this program, we have technical research presentations by experienced professionals. Also, we'll have a business and leadership conversation, all from Sri Lanka, Sri Lankan professionals, Sri Lankan expertise, Sri Lankan innovations and research. It's about Sri Lanka and their activities. So we try to introduce this information to the global community. And also we cover innovations, patents, new technologies and products, and also various good practices, success stories, startups, young entrepreneurs, and also we discuss various current issues about the panel discussion. So it covers a broad range of issues related to Sri Lanka. So I do welcome you all to join this Sri Lanka Spotlight on regular basis. Again, this Sri Lanka Spotlight is a part of the Technobase virtual events. You can get up-to-date information at our website virtualevents.technobase.org. Suppose you miss the live session, you can always watch this session on YouTube at Technobase channel or at Technobase 2005. That is the ID of the YouTube channel of the Technobase. So feel free to check it out. And also you can share this link to your colleagues or friends, industry friends, to update themselves on the Sri Lanka Spotlight program. This is Peram. Welcome you all to join the journey of Technobase. If you have any comments, suggestions, or if you have anything that you're looking for, you can always write to me or WhatsApp message to me or email to me as appropriate. I'm also very pleased to introduce a colleague based in Sri Lanka, Mrs. Yuganda Piyadasa. If you're looking for any assistance from Sri Lanka, please write to her or email to her or WhatsApp her, number. So this is the additional contact for you from Sri Lanka. Okay, so welcome you all to Sri Lanka Spotlight. And today's episode of the Sri Lanka Spotlight is our first episode. I'm very pleased to inform you that our guest of speaker is Dr. Sisira Ranatunga. He is probably well known, and many of you know very well if you're from Sri Lanka, and also some of the people from outside Sri Lanka as well. Very unknown personality in the rubber and tire industry. I will be giving a talk on the business transformation through manufacturing excellence. Let me quickly brief to you who is Dr. Sisira Ranatunga. He has more than 25 years of experience in industry, from the rubber and the tire industries. He started his career as an engineer and now currently has been a director of manufacturing in a leading tire company. So it's a vast experience, in the manufacturing segment. He did his PhD from the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura in finite element modeling and polymer composites. So, and he's also an active member of many organizations. He was involved with the Plastics and Rubber Institute of Sri Lanka, and also Sri Lankan Rubber Products Exports Association. And he does a lot of social and community services for the benefit of the Sri Lanka. So it's a pleasure to have Dr. Sisira Ranatunga as a part of this Sri Lanka Spotlight, and he's the first person doing this session. So I'm very happy to host him today. I welcome Dr. Sisira Ranatunga to give a talk on the business transformation through manufacturing excellence.
Yeah, Ayubowan everyone. Very good morning. Thank you very much, Mr. Peram and Mrs. Yuganta Bedasa. Given this golden opportunity for me to share my manufacturing excellence journey, and also it is great pleasure for me to talk on this subject today because it's a very important business transformation because we are facing huge challenges due to the recession, economic recession, and also the entire world is finding new strategies to face these challenges. I will take today you the key message and the business challenges and how we face these business challenges and transform today's situation to the future's world-class level. And also I will share with you today my learning where I participated international training program in Singapore, in Japan, mainly the manufacturing excellence, and also case studies, which will give you very good understanding how this manufacturing excellence can be implemented in your organization. Here is the picture you can see the people how they enjoy it. One of success stories at my previous working place, and one the most important award awarded by Japan Sri Lanka Technical and Cultural Association, which is a joint partnership with Sri Lanka and Japan government. We call Justica. So this is the 2003. It's almost 20 years back where I have participated as one of very good training program in Singapore, organized by the Spring, and it is very valid for today's global context because only the company which are having manufacturing excellence and also the product innovation, the process innovation, and also the development of the capacity of the people will be very important. I will repeat, the capacity development of the people is very important in order to survive in the global competition. We should not look at the short term, we should look at the long run and achieve the world-class productivity levels, successful implementation of new business practices. If we are focusing on the manufacturing excellence through the best practices, only we can survive. I will repeat this. If you are practicing the manufacturing excellence, only we survive well with this very dynamic environment and we will have the better growth. So it seems very challenging for us because more than 75% of manufacturing companies will disappear because of these changes in the global context. And also almost 20% companies will struggle to survive with this changing world. But 1% of company will experience 300% growth, or you can say 7x growth or 10x growth. This is what we are going to focus today. That is why we want to have the business transformation, and it should be fast tracked because to survive in the global competition. What are the today's business challenges? Next 5 years will be how very challenging. Almost all industrialists, CEOs are talking on economic downturn. Or we already experienced some recession in business world, but customer expectations are increasing ever. This is very challenging, and it is very important to focus on the digital transformation. We are in the fifth industrial revolution. We have to change our way of traditional and basically adapt the technology. Also very important program like this Technobis organizing, because development of the people is the success factor for any organization. If you want to survive next 5 years, 10 years down the line, yes, we should give the top priority for workforce development. It will be very challenging, the supply chain, due to the COVID and post-COVID situation. So we have energy is increasing, and with that we will have the challenging phase for the supply chain, entire supply chain. Not only that, data security, device security will be very challenging. So we have to get prepared in advance how we are going to have our control system in our entire digital transformation journey. And also sustain is a very important factor today. Whatever we are producing today, it should have the sustainability and it's not impact on the environment. Product design, process design, all this should be sustainability goal should be achieved. So how I look at the business transformation, we have the current business today and how we can grow, how we can give you this 1% of the having this 10S thinking. It's only way of having the new business. We are starting from the marketing, and we should have the right marketing strategies. And also it is very important to identify the customer requirement. As per the research, majority of businesses are failing purely because of the poor quality of the product. Product quality is very, very important. I repeat it. Please understand, if you want to survive, the product quality is very, very important. And also the innovation. And we have to move from the red sea to the blue. We call the blue ocean strategy, where we should produce whatever product with the niche value to the customer at with very good quality and meet the customer expectation. With that, we can have the business transformation. So then I learned a lot from the Japan, which I going to share with you all today. Because why Japan is so success after Second World War? They start almost from the zero, and today is having one of best economy where they are changed to the whatever dynamism happening in the agile world. Why? Because very important to have the leadership philosophy. Leaders starting from the top, the middle level. Also very important to have the leadership in shop floor. If you want to have change in your business model, in your manufacturing plant, we should focus on shop floor. This is very important. And we should have the responsibility to society and should focus on long-term objectives and should depend on the system. Focus on improvement, very important, and also the factory cleanliness. Japanese started with 5 years, but even Sri Lanka, you go to 2,500 back, we had the same philosophy, starting from farmer to the all the people have the very good 5 years habit in our history. Now it is high time to introduce the 5 years and the fundamentals cleaning to the schools, because we should have the children, the students who are coming from the schools and the universities should focus on the systems. And also why Japan is so success, because they are well care about the society. Disciplined people. You go, you go to Japan, if you are the 5 years from the school children, they are not aware about the 5 years, but it is in their heart, in their brain. This is because of the discipline coming from the home and coming from the school and the country, and also they are respecting each other. And they are trusting the people, suppliers, then the customers and society. Always demanding quality. Quality is very, very important. As I mentioned, most of companies are failing purely because of the poor quality of the product, and should have the strong relationship with entire workforce and all stakeholders. That's why Japan is so success. So this leadership combination of the leadership, the systems, and the society makes Japanese corporates a unique feature. This is what I learned by visiting to Toyota plants and visiting to the other manufacturing plant in Japan. This is the unique feature that we can adapt from them and we can apply. So another very important thing what I learned from Japan, and I would like to share with you all today, the philosophy. This could be the Lord Buddha's philosophy, or maybe the great people who are having different philosophies. But what is more important is Japanese, what they do. They are very clearly communicating the purpose on the leadership, and entire organizations align to the one goal. We call vector matching. What is vector matching? You have the direction and the magnitude. That's the difference. So as the company leaders, we should align. And also, Japanese companies strongly focus and contribute to the society, which is the very, very unique feature we can learn and we can implement. And they are not making the business just to make the money. That is why the Japan is so success. What are the learning? Omron is one of leading electrical component making company. How do you do? They are using the employees and who are disabled, and their entire process is designed in such a way that the people can use, and as responsible people, they are delivering very good quality product. And also the case of Panasonic, the great Panasonic founder, is one learning we can contribute, because he always believes the vision and the aspiration of the customers. Also the idea creation and learning from each other. We as industries, or we as business leaders, should learn and relearn and unlearn and get what is happening in the advanced world. And also treat always our people, because the success is the people. They are part of our business family. When you have the crisis, say for example, the commercial, they had serious issues in the business, then what they have done? They have changed their business thinking, the innovation, and they introduced the GPS technology to the forklift, especially the construction and mining equipment. These equipment are used remote areas, and they are monitoring through that one. With that, their businesses increase, and one of very success story in Japan. Also, they align with the philosophy, the culture, and the core competence of the company. Linking strategy to the execution. That is the Japanese way. Why we are failing? Purely because we have a lot of very good strategies, but if you are not execution on the ground, that is the fundamental root cause for failures. So the most adaptable to change will survive, because if you want to survive, we have to change the way of working. That this is great. Darwin says we have to have change management system to survive. People are talking about TPS. What is TPS? Toyota Production System. But most of time I understood we are talking only about the manufacturing or a production area. But if you see the inside Toyota system, they have the three pillars. One is very important, the development, design and development. Another one is a very strong arm, the marketing arm, and then the process, the production system. Why they are focused on the motivated people and disciplined people? Because thinking of the people start from their brain and the mind, and that is basically they behave about their core values. That is why Japan is strongly believing on the people motivation and discipline, and following the SOPs, standard operation procedures. And always we should have the quality mindset, because as I explained earlier, the most of companies fail purely because of the lack of quality culture and also the nature of work. And focus on the continuous improvement, Kaizen, change for better, PDCA, plan, do, check, act. As I explained, the foundation is the 5 years, and elimination waste is the Muda. And you have to have the Koyoko system to eliminate your system failures by the people. And Andam system is a very effective communication. If you have any alarming or risk situation inside the plant or factories, we should have the communication system through the Andam, and also the process communication through the Kanban, and then we have the uh, organization structure and communicated all across the company. And focus on the leadership, because shop floor leadership is very, very important for success in manufacturing. Then very important factors, always we should focus on the financial management, especially when we are facing at this moment the global recession. The cash is king. What is it? Cash is king. Yes, like custom is king, cash also king. We should increase it. How we can do? By reducing our cost and increasing the sales and get the good business to the factory. And also always we should look at the profitability. This is the business transformation is very important. The safety aspects of the company, all the stakeholders, and the profitability and the efficiency. So we have the three glasses how we look at our business. I will repeat it. Through the efficiency glasses, we should look at the productivity, safety, and profitability. Now I think I have gone through what I learned from participation in the international seminars workshop. Based on that, so I developed my own philosophy or 5 mantras, how we can transform from today's situation to meet the ever increasing customer demand and be the 1% of success company. The fundamental, we should start with we call the 6S, safety and 5S. How we can do? Always we should focus on our environment. And very important, employees engagement. How we can engage employees? Through the Kaizen suggestion schemes. And also the third mantra or a pillar is the quality assurance culture through total quality management system. And how we can eliminate the MUDA, we call Japanese the non-value addition, and that is the application of lean tools. I will talk few of lean tools because it is very vital for us to understand the application of these lean tools for the success implementation of the manufacturing excellence. So how we can get the productivity improvement? Our process should be automated. All this entire world is changing with the technology, digitalization, AI technology is coming. You can see this 4G, 5G, all these technologies are coming. And also the focus on the triple helix innovation model. What is this? Industry should work with the universities and work with the research centers. This is what I experienced working with our engineers especially. So they have some ego. We should not have, because if you think that we are the people who have all knowledge, that is the fundamental failure. Because if you are doing the new product, it is very important, very, very important to work as a team and get all people knowledge, and you have to make the best product out of low or lowest resources. When you are applying these lean tools, why most of companies are failing? Because they are not understanding the fundamentals phenomena behind this success implementation. It is very important to have the commitment. So to start from the top management. I will repeat this. Manufacturing excellence or a lean journey should come from the top level. With the top level, the leaders are committed to the manufacturing excellence. Yes, definitely others will support, and they will follow up, and they will help us. So participation of all the employees is very, very, very important. I will repeat this: the participation of the entire workforce, starting from the shop floor to the middle, senior to the top level, is very, very important. I have experienced a lot of companies are failing because maybe they starting from the shop floor, and then the middle, and entire the organization team is not aligned towards this journey. And also the focus, as I several times mentioned, the focus on the customer. The customer is paying our salary, isn't it? Yes, our salaries are paid by our valued customer. So is also the other misunderstanding. Always the customer is not the external customers. That means our customers who are buying our product, but internal customers are very, very important. If you have the production line and the different processes, so each and every process should assure the quality before delivering to the next stage. I will repeat this. Very important. Most of people are talking only about the customers who are buying the product. No, that is the very important customers, but also important to have the internal customers. Then we can avoid a lot of MUDA, having quality control, quality checking. All this can be eliminated through assuring quality. And also if you have the problem, we should not pass here and there. We have to take this as our own problem and work as a team and find solution. Always we should have the positive attitude. One factor not successful in lean implementation is the bad or negative attitude. So attitude is, I always mention in the ask, the attitude, the skill, and the knowledge. I repeat it: ask. Attitude is very important. We are coming from our philosophy, and then we have to have the skills and the knowledge. This combination of these three is the very important poly manufacturing journey. And also we as a team should focus on the shop floor, and we should develop the shop floor employees. So very important, the human dimension. This is the very important to do the training, communication, given the big picture of the company, and always have the dialogue for success. And also the other factor is very important to motivate and engage the entire people who are working inside the company and also the stakeholders for one objective, for a common goal. Then the lean journey will be a success. As I mentioned, the fundamental philosophy number one in my mantras, the 5 mantras is the 5 S. Of course, the S1 safety, 6S. So we have to have the 5 S in place, and I'm not going to details explain this one, but you can go through this one. And what is most important, then we have to have the final the objectives. Here, especially the factories who are operating in Sri Lanka, we have the target of getting this dream of Taiki Akimoto 5 years ago. It's very important to have the goal. Then you plan your 5 years journey to achieve that goal. And then we will get the soft targets and also hard targets. It's the very important, the KPI for the companies. So when you're having the 5 years implementation, we can get this reduction in the claims, can reduce our setup time, we'll have the better working place, reduce the accidents, and of course this will help to definitely reduce the cost, and ultimately then we'll have the very good quality product to our customers. So the second pillar or a second month, Kaizen implementation. We have to first train our employees. In technology, we have more opportunity in the future to have more training program on lean management, because as I mentioned, this is the only way for survival. And also we can have the training inside, and then we have to have the innovation and get all people involved in the productivity improvement, and think always out of the box. Identify ground floor problems and analyze. Use the analytical tools, softwares to get the data. And today is very important, this big data analysis, and in the future it is very clear the decisions are made purely because of the data and analytical tools. Also, we should solve problem with scientific background. That's why we have to apply our knowledge, our skills, and find solution for a success implementation. And then we can introduce the Kaizen suggestion system, and then we have to reward them, and always we have to guide them for a Kaizen solution, and we demand daily shift-wise to get the suggestion from the shop of employees. Not only that, the middle level, all level, because Kaizen is not just only for the shop floor, it is or maybe supply chain, HR, finance, wherever you can have the Kaizen solution system. So the third one is very important, the quality management, because ultimately our product is sent to our customers, and they want the best quality at lowest price, the best quality product at lowest price or cost. So how we transform the quality management from today's situation? We should not be the followers, and we should be the part of the winning team, and think the company on outside, not inside, and focus always on the PDCA. What is PDCA? Plan, do, check, act. To take a simple example, if you are making your own house, what do? You have to do the planning first. Then you do check whether the implementation as per the plan, and always act on that and review. And most of companies are failing. They only focus on the production. I think we should focus on the safety, quality, delivery, cost. Of course, MV is very important. People morale, very, very important. Very, very important. But it's most important that people morale. Everything depend on how the people work. So we should have the very good working environment for the entire workforce. And we should have not focus on the individuals or the personal orientation. No, we should have the standard process and work as a team. And very important to have the cross-functional culture inside the factories, because when you are making the problem solving, we have to get all people involved in problem solving, and we should work as a team. So now I think we have gone through the lean concept and what you learn through the Toyota product system, but this is the my way of presenting simply the Toyota production system, which will meet to our requirement, and we can eliminate our non-value from our process. It's very important. Always focus on the sentence. You can see the people. Very important to focus on the people, and then the philosophy, the customer focus, always people first, Kaizen, and whatever we are doing, we should have the responsibility for our planet. And then the technology part, which is the Kaizen and all these lean tools, and it will help us to improve our process through the technology. And the management thinking, we talk about the Japanese, how they think, talk about our lapses in our system, especially the management lapses. So it is very, very important to focus on the long-term thinking and fact-based thinking, and we work as a team and take the decision based on the data, and also we should have the commitment. This is very important to transform from today's conventional method of product design, process design, or maybe the KPI monitoring to the digital platform. This is just a simple example where we can adapt the advanced technology for product innovation. So we have the inputs, and then we can use advanced technology, and where we can do the process optimization to the advanced simulation softwares, and then we can predict the failures in advance and focus on the process optimization. And also today's is this 3D printing is very important area for making the pilot product, and especially making the product using the 3D printing. So conventional method we are applying for the design to manufacturing, but most of the time we see the manufacturing to design. We identify after the product is made, and then the customer is complaining, then we will study the where we went wrong. This is the conventional method, but we should focus on the simulation method, advanced softwares, and we identify the all the possible problem at the concept stage, and then we can reduce the development cost. Of course, we can get the knowledge at the beginning, and then we'll have the very good product. So now we will come to the real implementation of this one of success story, one of company where I work, and how we can start the lean, because only way that we can do is to understand the current situation through the lean assessment, and we can focus, can make your own lean journey, lean tools. But this is here is the few areas that focus and making the target, the values of the company, the leadership, and the continuous improvement, the quality, and the employees, and also focus on the reduction in the lead time for a customer business. The root is the results. So when you are implementing the lean concept at the shop floor, so we have to have the results and the target. You can see the starting from the this benchmark with the Toyota production system and how we achieve it in about a short period, 5 years time, to the almost the world class level. So this is see the quality cycles. I strongly believe the problem solving through the quality cycles. And you see the creation of the shop floor employees. They have created this all their quality cycles names, and they are enjoying and they are present to the when the customers are visiting and when the foreigners are visiting, which is very good success story, which I also personally know and I really enjoyed it the quality cycles. So this is the real outcome of the case studies. After the implementation, the lean journey, can see the how we can satisfy the customers delivery performance. Before starting the lean journey, is delivery performance almost 50% or 60. That's when the 40% we are not meeting the on-time deliveries, the quality. But after implementation, we can see we achieved the 100%. This is real data, and you see the cost, quality cost, the reject. This before starting the lean journey is almost 3.5. That's mean if you are making 100 tons of production, 3.5 tons is wasting. It's a huge cost. And the results through the lean journey reduced to almost 0.8 level within few years. And in some cases, machines are not new. All machines, how we can utilize, we have to can introduce the TQM and also the TPM, and how we can run our machine efficiently and reduce the downtime. So, and this is the real case where we have done the business transformation, say the before starting the zero level, and then the bottom line is minus. So through the journal learning, through the lean journey, we have improved the profit, we have improved the people satisfaction. It's a very, very, very good success story, which I would like to share with you all. The second case study is also the overall equipment efficiency improvement. Is also another practical project we have done in one company, and we have done the fundamental lean assessment covering the lean philosophy, the management model, people system, and also the technical is mainly the divide into the quality and the technical with the lead time, and the given the and compare the Toyota production system world class level. How we achieved? So we have done the details process studies using the Yamasumi process techniques, and we identify the one bottleneck and tactile. And then we have deeply studied the reasons. You can see how these losses are coming moved up. You can see the majority is coming from the material loss, and then the changeover times, the product changing time, and others. So with that, within a couple of months, we managed to increase the overall equipment OE efficiency from actually the 45% to the almost 75% level, and we have to get the 85 minimum level, which is possible. So with this journey, these are the satisfaction. I would say the lean journey is the satisfaction. Winning awards through the locally and internationally is very, very important. I think that's what I have to share with you. If you have any questions, please you are feel free to ask, or you can contact me through email or WhatsApp. And thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening to me. And I would like to request all of you, please implement this at your workplace. It is very important because I can still remember my journey. I participated 5 years program that is about almost 25 years before, and I have implemented this, and what on the first day, and continuous learning and implementing and to transform the business from today's to the next generation, this level of improvement. Thank you very much.
Excellent, Dr. Sisira. Excellent presentation. You gave us lots of insights about how to transfer the business to manufacturing. Excellent.
Thank you.
Just a second. Guys, if you like to ask any questions, please do post questions now. So we will just. Hey, Dr. Sisira, we'll have a short conversation based on the presentation.
Yeah,
you
sure.
mentioned that you, for 4 or 5 years you work on this business transformation. It's not going to be easy, right? It's not easy. It's not an easy job, right? Can you talk about what kind of real problems that you experienced during these 5 years of the lean management and lean journey?
Yeah, actually, as I very correctly mentioned, the big challenge we faced at the initial stage was the people attitude. People are not believing. Say, when I set the target of almost 1% scrap level, none of people believe that, but I believe, because if you are working as a team and going to the root causes and giving the systematic problem solving as a team, and how we have done, we have done initially the pilot projects, and then we have shown the success and the results. With that, it was easy for me to basically take this entire lean concept and through the entire organization, because we used to learn mainly through the visual and by implementation. I think that's the one area. Other thing is that the people are not aligned to the common objectives, and the communication lapses. So demotivated, because when we're having the business is not running properly with the good the return, so all this pressure is coming to the entire the management team and also to the shop floor employees, and the benefit to the employees are getting reduced. So these were the few challenges faced at the initial stage, but it's a journey, because you can't do. This is what we should understand. So lean is not just one day. Most of people think that within 1 week, 2 week, or 1 month you can get the real start. No, it's a short term. But if you focus entire team, and very important other factor is the training, Mr. Peram. Very, very important to enhance training. So we have done full 1 year training. We selected best out of best, I think about 50 shop floor employees. We trained as leaders on the shop floor. I think this is one of very key success factor at this transformation. I will repeat, the shop floor employees leadership development, and we have to empower shop floor employees. We should give the direction for them, and they should have the basically day-to-day decision making power.
Yeah, well said. Well said. There's always people are always a challenging aspect of the business. Yeah.
Yes.
As you know, 99% of companies are SMEs, and small and medium, organizations. Someone you can say micro as well, MSMEs. These principles, when you're talking about these lean principles and the lean management and Kaizen, and these guys, small companies, they look into the day-by-day basis of running the business. Okay, if you want them to excel, practice and in these principles in small scale industry, what do you suggest? How do they go about it?
Yeah, the good question, because as you correctly mentioned, the most of countries, the contribution to the national GDP is coming from the industry, mainly for the small and medium scales, even I think including Japan. So we, the entrepreneurs, the small or medium level entrepreneurs should change their mindset, and the 5 years or this lean journey is not additional cost to them. The most people think that when I start in the 5 years or this lean journey, they think this as a cost to the company. No, this is what we have shown through the practical implementation. It is a gain to the company. And uh, of course, investing on the capacity building, the training of the people is a very, very important, which is lacking in my experience working with the society, especially in country like Sri Lanka, SME sectors, the focus on the quality, focus on the customer requirement, focus on the people development. I think that's the lacking. But if they want to survive, as we mentioned, in next 5 years, 10 years, it is very, very important to focus on this manufacturing. And there's no other option. This is the only option available today if you want to survive.
Yeah, I think the one aspect of the business transformation is uh, engagement with associations, industry associations, so that you're exposed to the new opportunities. So can you talk about, particularly SMEs, how do they engage themselves in the, of course, the training is important. At the end of the day, cash is the key, right? To get the cash,
Yes.
you need to find a new opportunities. So competitive world. Whatever the products produced in Sri Lanka, everybody produced outside Sri Lanka as well, right? And to be forward-looking, proactive, and I think one of the things that is to engage, actively participate in the industry association so that they're explored to the new opportunities. Can you talk about your experience, how this business transformation helped you when you're engaging with industry association? Probably you are actively involved with SLRMAP, Sri Lankan Rubber Product Export Association, and you are also part of this Rubber and Plastics Institute Sri Lanka, and also there is a rubber community. There is a rubber research institute as well. So there are many other organizations there. Can you talk about this journey on that?
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much, raising that very, very, very challenging questions. But as I mentioned, I have taken the Japanese Panasonic founder. What is believing? We can learn, but learning from others is very, very important. And not only that, why this Japan's most of companies are very success. Have the responsibility and the accountability for society. That's what we are really doing, because when we visited Japan few times to learn their business model and how they work with the people and how they are responsible for the society. That's the one factor. See, when I am working with especially the business leaders, I may be one of the youngest during the this sum up when I work as a secretary. So the business leaders, almost the business owners. So I am basically lucky enough to work with these business leaders, starting from the Michelin's, basically the founder, all this, even the GRI founder, say the big company DSI, to all Sri Lankan companies, the business owners. Basically, I work with directly with them, and I got golden opportunity to understand exactly the business thinking, and when we have the recession, how basically we face for the recession, especially I can remember I think during 2008 we have the the recession starting from the USA to spread to the across the world. So this is I think the learning, also the working with the Plastic and Rubber Institute of Sri Lanka. We have it's a FX body here, basically given this technology, especially on the plastic and rubber area. Also, I was one of the lecturer where I introduced the lean to the syllabus, and also I am now working with the universities also to basically encourage and motivate and include in their curriculum the one part of the lean manufacturing. Other part is the digital transformation, because this will be the future.
Yeah, digital transformation. That is a way to go forward. You know, technology changes a lot. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
there's one more issues I'd like to touch is the, probably we heard, one of the business parameter that people get affected is the supply chain variations, right?
Yeah.
Raw materials, and the logistics, so many things. So, what your suggestion for companies, particularly SMEs, they prepare themselves when these kind of variations are coming and are impacted by the supply chain problems?
Yeah, one is very important to say a country like Sri Lanka. So we have a lot of untrapped material, and yes, maybe not the directly the SMEs can help, but as the institute or research centers should more focus on the introducing the alternative materials, and also the planning process. It's very important, because with that is why I just touched on the digital transformation, also getting the information and really follow the just-in-time production system, because we have reduced our stocks, we have reduced our overheads, and also we have to basically have some one way of doing is maybe the other industry, yeah, they can support, like when they are ordering some materials, how we can help to basically the give support to the SME sectors, as for the especially on the material sides, and the logistic is coming, the transportation of product, and how they can reduce their stock, the finished products, and also understand which kind of because it's a very challenging, because you see the during the COVID period and all, we face a lot of challenges, especially on the supply chain. But some people or some manufacturers, what they have done is they have maintained huge material stock. What was happened? So basically, the material cost is purchased, it's very high cost, but ultimately the suffered because of the stock. So this is very important, especially the SME sectors where they may have the less the cash flow. They have to manage and have more dialogue with the associations and work, get the knowledge, go to the internet, what is going to happen, which kind of constraint we are going to face, and prepare in advance. And overall, the planning is very important, and understanding what is happening on the global context also very important.
So, one final point I want to touch is that you guys in Sri Lanka experienced very turbulent times last 3 years with the economic downturn, and for various reasons. You've been associated with many industries in Sri Lanka. How they overcome this kind of crisis, particularly the manufacturing sector?
Yeah, actually, I think the plastic and the rubber sector is one of the best industry, even the almost other, even the government sector also Sri Lanka, well managed during the COVID period. How basically this is I think the advantage of the having the association and all working with the government, and basically getting the it was really very tough period we experienced. I think as island we are in island, and with that we had the big problem of how to face, because no one knows what is basically going to happen with the COVID and all this. So but if you see the statistics, so the I think in last year, that is 2022, we have done the highest export, almost $1 billion, $1 billion from the rubber sector during the COVID period. Just as a continuous improvement. This is basically the integrated planning and basically updating what is happening, and also forming the special task force, because during the crisis period, even the what we should have the what do you call the task force to how to manage the crisis, and also open dialogue. And also very important to communicate if you have the business challenges, we should communicate to the each and every employee of the organization, starting especially on shop floor people. So with that, we have to motivate them. We have to be with the people and give the motivation, give the courage, give the leadership. With that, I am very confident as a leaders, we can overcome any challenges.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Sisira. It's an excellent discussion and presentation on the business transformation through manufacturing excellence. Before I end this session today, would you like to give a final message to the audience, please?
Yeah, final message to the people who are watching this and will be keen to have your own business transformation. Only way is manufacturing excellence. How we can do, as I explained, so you have to have your own you can learn, we can learn from all the books, internet, and all these different manufacturing business model. My request or advice is, we have to learn this concept, and then we have to have our own way of execution and implementation plan, because it vary country to country, vary to the people, and it's a very important. The training of the people, enhancing the capacity is very important. We due to the very big challenge in this year and next couple of years, the people talent, people hiring will be very challenging. What we should do, we should develop our people through the training program. This will be the good opportunity. I think we will thank you very much, Mr. Peram, for having this kind of new initiative, for taking our the knowledge and the population, the Sri Lankan entrepreneurs and the researchers to the global, because Sri Lanka is full of resources, and we can confident that we can come back to the good stage if as long as we work as a team. We are focusing on the one goal as a country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sisira, for being part of this Sri Lanka Spotlight today. I appreciate the contribution. I'm sure the audience benefited a lot from this discussion on the business transformation through manufacturing excellence. Guys, so that's the end of the session today. I'm hoping that you find this session useful to you, and if you have any comments and suggestions, I welcome you all to share, so that we can improve this program on a regular basis. And I'd like to introduce to you all over the next episode is on the product optimization using finite element simulation and its future direction by Dr. G. Aravinda Abhay is a senior lecturer at the University of Moratuwa, Sri Lanka. And this is going to be on the next Saturday. I invite you all to join this session on the next Saturday at 10 a.m. Sri Lankan time. And also we have future episodes. The dates will be announced soon as well. And it's on the quality circles implementation at shop floor by Mrs. Shekuntala Gunetilla Eke. She is the Managing Director of the Institute of Total Quality Solutions, Sri Lanka. And I'm also introducing another episode. Future episode is on the role of science and technology labs in building a new economic model for Sri Lanka by Mr. Chaminda. He is a co-founder and director of the Fab Lanka Foundation based in Sri Lanka. So this all various interesting topics are coming up on the Sri Lanka Spotlights. Please do follow our Sri Lankan Spotlight, which is a part of the TechnoBiz virtual events, and you can always register by going to this website, virtualevents.technobiz.org. Thank you all for joining this session today. I see you in the next episode of the Sri Lanka Spotlight. Bye bye for now.